Hey everyone, this is Matt, and in today's video, I'm doing another Adventures of series. This time, the Adventures of Floowandereeze fucking around in Diamond 1 ranked on Master Duel. So, maybe I'll change that title a little bit because I don't think YouTube will like me putting fucking around in the title. But yeah, I reached Diamond 1 before the branded support came out, and yeah, I haven't really wanted to really try hard or limit test Eldlich very much, so I decided I'm just going to play Floowandereeze, right? Because it's a deck I enjoy, it's relatively short, fun, and most people just insta-scoop to it anyway, so yeah. Plus, I wanted to farm my dual pass, which I fully did, so anyway. Here's some replays of me playing Floowandereeze against a bunch of miscellaneous matchups in Diamond 1. Hope you enjoy, and for those of you who are curious about Floowandereeze or, just enjoy whatever, feel free to leave a comment or just enjoy the video. I have 11 replays here for you. Let's get started. So, game 1, Floowandereeze against, what is this? Adventure Zoodiac Tri-Brigade? Okay. This seems like, I don't know, a worse kind of adventure deck for you to build. Like, of all the decks that are out there right now, you're deciding to play Adventure Zoodiac Tri-Brigade. Okay, the Adventure Engine literally shuts down your normal summon, like, Tri-Brigade monsters effect. Like, you can't use it. So, your only option is Karis. So, if that gets negated or stopped, like, you're done. Anyway. So, really good opening hand. Always good to see two pots, a map, and a little bird. So, I forget who goes first. Oh, he goes first. Alright, cool. So, he's going to go ahead and do some adventuring. Okay. Sends the Kitt. Summons the Griffin Rider. Okay. Kitt into Nerval. Yep. Into Draco back. Okay. Get another Kitt. I don't know why you got another Kitt. He normal summons the Kitt. Has to immediately Almirage it. Makes you wonder, hey, buddy, did you forget that you can't use your normal summon effects under Adventure? So, I don't know if this was a misplay. Maybe he should have gotten Karis, but Karis can only special summon if you have another whatever. So, I don't know. I think he kind of goofed here. So anyway, I'm gonna pot of Extrav. Let's see what he does. Of course he's gonna have the Ash. They always have the Ash, right? Okay, whatever. Then I'm gonna pot of a Duality. Ooh, okay. Call by the Grave. Ooh, Unexplored wins, baby. This card is so freaking good. Like, I swear, you see it, you win, right? And yeah, it's the one of. Like, you would think with a card this powerful it would be a 3 of, but like it's a little too bricky. You might to like run 3 of. Alright, so I'm just gonna activate it. Negate it if you like, Mr. Griffin Rider. So I'm gonna activate my map. Alright, so map's gonna attempt to activate. He's gonna negate map with Griffin Rider, but I still have an Eaglin in hand. And he has a Tri-Brigade Revolt. What the F is he doing here? So he's gonna go ahead and summon Rugal, the Silver Sheller, for some reason. Alright, whatever. So I search M-Pen, and since I already have Unexplored wins, I'm gonna tribute away the adventure token and the Draco back for my M-Pen. And since M-Pen is on the field, none of his Link monsters can even activate their effects. Like it's like Link decks are not good against Floowandereeze. So I don't know what the Silver Sheller is expecting to do here, but the answer is not much. So I'm gonna go ahead and summon Barrier Statue. Barrier Statue is gonna attack the Almirage. M-Pen is gonna attack this guy, and then I'm gonna go ahead and set. I'm gonna shuffle back Avion for a free draw. Ooh, Book of Eclipse and Dreaming Town. You love to see it. Alright, let's see what he has. Okay. So Griffin Rider is back. He's going to discard a Maxi. Yep. Fractal is going to summon... What is it? He banished 3? Okay. So he summons Razor, right? Which is just a big beater. And I guess he wants to attack... it's a wind. It's the only thing he can summon because of my Barrier Statue. Okay, I was just gonna go ahead and Dreaming Town normal summon chain on his turn and then just like kill him, right? I was gonna tribute his Link 3, probably summon Ryza, put Fractal on top. I don't know, just mess him up, right? He was like, I'm pretty sure he was gonna be done. You know how it'd be. Like, yeah, Flu is just like if they can't stop your normal summon chain, they're donezo. All right, game 2. What is this? This is a branded Despia. Okay. Is this the same guy I beat earlier? I don't know. Let's find out. So, branded Despia. Honestly, I expected to see more branded Despia. I haven't been seeing that much, honestly. So I'm thinking maybe Witch's Strike can stay. I don't know. And the few branded Despia that I have been playing, like a lot of them use, adventure. So by the way, I'm not shotgunning my D-shifter, right? So I allowed him to activate right for patchwork and chain branded opening. Why? Because now I can chain D-shifter, and then branded opening will be banished, not in the graveyard. So if I had shotgun D-shifter, he would not have played these cards. He would probably would have just passed. So whatever. Technically, I could have chained Max C to my D-shifter to try to get one free draw because the branded opening special summon of Eluber would have drawn me one. But I figure I'd rather hold a Max C to a future turn. So he's gonna branded fusion. He doesn't seem to care that he's under D-shifter. Like, okay, I'm okay with that. Here's the thing, folks. Mirror Jade cannot do shit while they're under D-shifter. Why? Because the cost for using its effect requires you to send the fusion monsters to the graveyard, and if you're locked out of your graveyard, you can't even activate it. So, alright, he's going to go ahead and poly here. Okay. Here comes the Masquerade. Cool. Dramaturge. Yep, don't care. And then he's going to make a second Masquerade. Oh no, whatever shall I do? So I'm going to go ahead and draw, and I'm going to, on draw phase, use Book of the Eclipse here. Yeah, I'll burn for 12, but look, he has no hand, nothing set, and all his monsters are going face down. So basically, I get to have a field day. Alright, so now all this will go uninterrupted. Draw 2, you love to see it. Duality. Technically, I can go ahead and banish all copies of his Guardian Chimera now that I have Winter Cherries. Terraforming, let's get this map. Yep, map with Eaglin is just beautiful. So here comes the Robina, Eaglin. Yeah, I basically get to do whatever I want now. So Rise is coming out because yeah, you know, I want to clear his board, right? So here comes the Ryza. So basically, I'm sending the field spell on top of his deck because. So here's the thing. Mirror Jade has a. I'd rather his Mirror Jade be in his extra deck and his Masquerade be on the field because once D-Shifter expires next turn, his Mirror Jade will be live, so I want to get rid of it. And then I want to swing over his Masquerade because his Masquerade doesn't have very much defense, right? And then I'm going to put the spell on top of his deck, right? And then D-Shifter comes back onto my deck. And guess what? Actually, so now that I bounced Mirror Jade back, I'm going to use Winter Cherries to banish all copies of his Mirror Jade. So I bounce his Mirror Jade back and then banish all of them. Alright, so goodbye Masquerade number 1. Okay. What I probably should have done was because I still had a normal summon, summon Bearer Statue, attacking his Masquerade just so he doesn't draw 1. But it's okay. He gets to draw 1, which is the field spell, right? So he draws the second one. So he's going to fuse again, okay? I'm gonna chain Maxi because it's a free draw. Okay. And then he's gonna use Quertus, okay? Strategy's gonna draw him a thing. Yep. So basically he's gonna normal summon here, and then I have the map. So here comes the Eaglin. He has branded in red, but it doesn't matter. And then he's going to brand it in red, the Tragedy. Okay, I guess he wants to do Guardian Chimera play or something. But I think he's going to make a big mistake because, check this out. Guardian Chimera is going to come out in attack position. But in the same chain, so Guardian Chimera's ability is on a new chain. But in the same chain, I'm going to get my M-Pen, and I'm going to be like, you know what? I'm going to tribute Ryza for my M-Pen. And now Chimera cannot activate because it was special summon in attack position. So he should have predicted that, or should have known that M-Pen was going to come out before Guardian Chimera could activate. So, but yeah, so he should have gone to defense position. So now I get to just do whatever I want, right? And he just scoops. Yeah, this game is over. Like, I still had another normal summon chain. Yeah, it was over. It was like he can't swing into M-Pen. Game is completely over. So yeah, that was funny. All right, game 3. We have Floowandereeze versus. Okay, cool. Alright, I forget what happens in this game. I want to say there's a D-Shifter involved, or maybe a Winter Cherries. One of the, you know, those hand traps does something. So, I love D-Shifter, by the way. It's my favorite hand trap. Followed by Winter Cherries, and then Nibiru. Those are my... Alright. So I do open map and a little bird. So I'm going to chain D-Shifter here. D-Shifter, by the way, protects from Effect Veiler and Droll. So, very important that you D-Shifter before you start your combos. So I'm gonna go ahead and send Eaglin, Robina. Eaglin's gonna come by here. Okay. I'm gonna grab this tree. Yep. All right. Now he has Ash, and since I can't chain block, unfortunate. This is why I prefer to open Eaglin with the map, because Eaglin can chain block. Because then I can chain block the Ash. But he's gonna Ash the Eaglin, which is the correct target, and I'm just gonna end on Barrier Statue and hope that he can't play. I don't know his deck. I hope he can't play over D Shifter. All right. He's gonna imperm Barrier Statue. Okay. Cool. So he's gonna do a bunch of DDD shenanigans, and he's actually not just passing his turn, because DDD cannot play under D Shifter. Like, whatever board he thinks he's gonna make is gonna be a lot weaker. Look at this. First of all his monsters are going to the bench. They're not going to extra deck. They're not going into this pile. Even Gilgamesh here, right? So normally, so I have Winter Cherries and I do have Gilgamesh, but Winter Cherries, requires your opponent to have more monsters than me. So I would have Winter Cherried his Gilgamesh. So he's gonna make Deus King. Okay, cool. And then 7 Sins. I don't know what the hell this is about. Oh, I think I remember, but you'll see in a bit. So he's gonna, in main phase, make Zeus. Yep. So, and then he's gonna make another King Deus. Okay. Cool. Check this out. Top deck, Book of the Eclipse. I love this card so much. It's such a good card. All right, check this out, folks. So, again, people play Book of Moon, you know, which is similar, but Book of the Eclipse is just satisfying, right? Because he has a Zeus with, what is that, 3 materials? If I Book of the Eclipse this motherfucker, he has to either chain Zeus and then lose all his cards, go away, right? And then I still have plays, right? Because Street, like, let's say he Zeus is here. Both my little birds go banished, and then Street comes out, and I recycle my little birds. So, yeah, it's actually worse for him to do that. So, I'm just gonna Book of Moon here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and flip summon my little birds, and I'm gonna use map, and then he just scoop, because it's over. He has no interruptions, right? Because both his boss, that's the thing. It took out the Zeus and it took out the Deus X, right, or Deus Machina X or whatever. So both of them were face down, so their effects cannot do anything face down. So, yeah, chaining Zeus was his only option. But if he did, I have Stree, and then I chain Eaglin. Yeah, I set up a full board, and then he literally has no cards in hand. So yeah, game is completely ogre. All right, game 4. What do we have here? Swordsoul Tenyi. Cool. All right, so let us play Floowandereeze versus Swordsoul Tenyi. I mean, I know the ban list recently got announced, but I honestly haven't been seeing a lot of Halq Don decks. Maybe people are already like reacting to like, oh, I'm not gonna bother playing. I don't know, but I just haven't seen them as often. All right, so check this out, folks. This is funny. I'm pretty sure this is the funny game I'm thinking about. So he's gonna go ahead and imperm my Robina, and I'm gonna be very sad, right? So I'm just gonna pass and let him make his plays. I'm gonna D Shifter here, okay? So he's gonna go ahead and banish his thing. Gonna get Moye, right? So because I'm D-Shiftering, I D-Shifter him. His Tenyis cannot activate. Like, you know, they all go banish pile instead of graveyard. But more importantly, he can't OTK me because Longan will not burn me, and Moye will not draw him a card, right? Okay, so he's gonna get Protoss, and he can't summon Protoss either. So D-Shifter doesn't hit, you know, as hard, but it allows me to survive OTK and really reduces their board. Like, notice there's no Blackout, there's no Protoss, right? So it's like, I mean, maybe he should have searched Blackout instead of Protoss or something, but whatever. I'm going to draw Stree, so I'm going to activate Elborz, the Sacred Lands of the Simorgh. So for those of you who are not aware, this is basically another field spell, a secondary method to get an additional normal summon. And by secondary, I mean tertiary, because the Floowandereeze field spell. So what this says is, first of all Wing Beast monsters gain 300 attack defense. And then it says, once per turn I can do each of these 2 effects, basically. Reveal a level 5 higher wind monster, and then I can normal summon for 1 fewer tribute. If I control a Wind Beast monster, I can immediately after this effect resolves normal summon. So basically, this gets me another normal summon. So I'm going to go ahead and activate this to basically say my M-Pen can be summoned with 1 fewer tribute, right? So I'm going to Token the Robina, and then I'm going to chain Robina, right? So it's kind of funny. What I should have done was I should have done... No, this is right. Okay, so check out these mind games. So I did Chainlink 1 Toucan, Chainlink 2 Robina. What does that do? That basically says if he negates me with Chi Shao, I still have a Robina, and I have an additional normal summon with Toucan. Also, he cannot use Baronne de Fleur to negate my Toucan, right? Because it's chain block. So he's using Baronne to negate Robina's hand return, and then he's chaining Chi Shao to negate Toucan. So he's blowing both his negates here, which is a stupid move, right? Because check out what happens next. I'm gonna tribute summon M-Pen for 1 tribute, and now that now that I have an M-Pen on the field, none of his monsters can do anything anymore because they're in attack position. M-Pen, and it gains 300 attack. So M-Pen's gonna recycle Toucan. He's just gonna scoop. Yeah, this game is over. Like I was just gonna search, you know, Dreaming Town or whatever, and the next turn he would have been done. So yeah, writing was on the wall. Although he did kind of fuck up by chaining both of his. Again, this is why you chain. Like, it's funny. So normally, you don't want to chain anything to Toucan because if in that scenario, if he allowed that chain to go through, Robina will recycle, but Toucan does not get another normal summon. But the point was, I wanted to bait his Baronne negate, so and it was successfully baited because he negates freaking Robina, and then Toucan gets protected, does not get popped, and then he has to use a. So, yeah, I completely baited him. Is the moral of the story. Anyway, game 5, Floowandereeze versus Heroes. Hero. Let's go. Anything spicy about this hero deck? Well, I don't know why Heroes bother running Anaconda, bro. Like, what is this? Fusion tag? What? Okay, whatever. Let's get started. I believe I go first, but I'm not entirely sure. Maybe he goes first. Alright, so I open a pretty good opening hand. So he's going to Hero Lives, and I'm going to chain Max C, right? And he's going to... So that's going to draw me 1. He's going to grab Mass Change, okay? And then Mass Change is going to... He's going to Mass Change his increase into Dark Law, which will get me a draw off Max C. And since I got a draw off Max C, he gets to use Dark Law to rip a card on my hand. Unfortunately, he rips out Book of Eclipse, which is a card I was planning to use on him. So, feels bad. So I'm going to go ahead and draw. I'm going to use the map here. Map is going to... So he's going to chain Mass Change. Okay, I don't understand why, but okay, cool. So... Map is going to send Robina, right? And then Toucan is going to grab Robina here. He's going to search Solid Soldier. Okay, whatever. Robina's going to summon. And then I'm going to immediately tribute Apex Avion. Because Robina searched on this chain, he gets to activate both his Dark Laws to rip 2 cards out of my hand. But I'm going to say, you know what? Nah, I'm going to negate one of them because I don't want him doing that. He rips a Maxi, which doesn't matter. But Robina comes back, and now I can do Pot of Duality. I'm going to go ahead and grab Maxi. And now Eaglin is going to search me M-Pen, right? And then I'm going to activate the Elborz field spell, because I already used my map field spell, and I already used my my map normal summon, I already used my regular normal summon. Now I have a 3rd normal summon thanks to Elborz, the Sacred Lands of the Simorgh. So I'm going to go ahead and get to summon here for 1 tribute. And now his Dark Law is screwed. I'm going to go ahead and grab Eaglin back, Dreaming Town. And then M-Pen is going to attack this dude, right? I'm going to set Dreaming Town. And now I have Max C too. So he's going to activate Liquid Soldier, attempt to special summon Shadow Mist. And I'm going to chain Max C. Right? And he's going to mass change his Liquid Soldier. By the way, this motherfucker drew all 3 of his mass changes, right? So there's 1 on the field that he just used, and then 2 from the last turns. Freaking 3 mass changes. Can you believe that? Whatever. So he's going to attempt to use Acid to pop my back row. But I'm just going to chain Dreaming Town. Okay, so I'm not sure what this is about. So Toucan is going to recycle the field spell, the map, right? And then I'm going to use Eaglin to grab Ryza. And actually, I'm going to summon Apex Avian. And then I'm going to Book of Moon his entire side of the field while recycling this. So now he has basically like 2 monsters face down that he can't do anything with. And I have a negate and to his 2 cards. So this game is completely over. Like, he can't do a link play. Like, he already uses normal summon. I don't see what else he would be doing. Maybe like a Foolish Bearer or a Poly, but then I can just negate it with... So, yeah, the game was over. Like, there's nothing left he could do. So, alright, game... I believe this is game 6. Let's look at this deck here. Floowandereeze versus... What is this? Timelords? Huh. Okay. Timelords. Timelords are very cheesy because, look, he's running... What is it? Ceasefire. If a face on... Watch it. Is on the field. Change all face... down, defensive on the field face up. Okay. And inflict. Yeah, it's basically a burn. It's a burn deck. Like, let's be real here. It's just not a nurse burn, right? However, burn cheese does not work against Floowandereeze because of cards like Apex Avian and Unexplored Winds, as you'll see in this game. So. Yeah. Also, I'm surprised someone is playing Time Lords in a freaking Diamond 1. All right. Let's see what we have. Alright, let's go ahead and get our draw 2. No Ash, cool. Rubina. Into get the statue, Eaglin. Alright, so I'm going to be a little greedy here because I can, right? So what does that mean? That means I'm going to... So I search Dreaming Town, right? So check this out. And I'm going to search Tokan. I'm going to summon Tokan, right? Tokan is going to recycle Rubina. And then I'm going to summon Barrier Statue. And then I'm going to use Elborz, the Sacred Lands of the Samorg, to reduce the number of tributes required for Apex Avian by 1. So then I'm going to activate this and use Apex Avian, tributing this, summoning with 1 tribute. So basically, this is a slightly better end board, only because I drew the field spell. So again, those of you who play Flu, really consider this field spell. It's pretty good, and it can be searched off terraforming. Like, it's just 1 more line of normal summons. So why wouldn't you use it? And it allows you to do some interesting stuff like this, right? So now I have, Omni Negate, I have Special Summon Protection, and I have a Dreaming Town for follow-up with into Ryza, right? So it's like he's not gonna, whatever he's planning is not gonna work. Alright, so he's gonna Extrav. I will allow it. So some people like to negate pot cards. Don't negate pot cards. It's so stupid. And he's going to summon a Time Lord, and I'm gonna immediately say Dreaming Town. Because Time Lords, for those of you who don't know, are really annoying monsters that basically can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. And then they don't take battle damage. And then whenever they do battle, some bullshit happens. So I'm going to go ahead and just Dreaming Town here. So grab the Ryza. Rubina will grab me a Stree. And I'll summon the Ryza. Bam. Ryza will bounce this Time Lord on top of his deck. And I'm bouncing, I'm putting the Floowandereeze trap back on top of the deck. And Ryza back into my hand. So then I can rise on them again, right? And he's going to set 4 pass. Cool. I still have Apex Avian, so... Alright, so Eaglin is going to go ahead and search. I'm going to search the M-Pen, yep. He's going to attempt to use a Secret Barrel. Inflict 200 points of damage on your opponent for each card in their hand and for each card they control. So I control 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cards. That's 6,000 damage. So I'm going to go ahead and negate that because fuck that. He's going to use Ring of Destruction. So here's the thing, folks. So Ring of Destruction, I believe it targets a face-up monster and it does destroy it of that face-up monster, right? And then inflict damage equals power. However, I have Book of the Eclipse. So if he targets my Apex Avian, which would be the smart way, for some reason he targets my statue, I can chain Book of the Eclipse and Book of Moon my entire field, and then it will now resolve, right? So, alright, so Apex Avian is back on my field. I'm going to search M-Pen here. M-Pen, yep. I'm going to search the Unexplored Winds. Unexplored Winds is just Rex back row decks. Like, when I'm Eldlich playing against Flu, Unexplored Winds cannot be allowed to be used. I have to take it out as soon as possible. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just banish this, just so I can get some more summons. So Apex Avian comes back, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and attempt to swing, so I have game here. He's going to Trap Trick, okay. I'm going to allow him to Trap Trick. He has another Secret Barrel, okay, cool. So he's going to attempt to Secret Barrel me for a lot of damage, and I'm going to say no to that. Okay. And then he's going to survive. Oh, he has a Fairy Dragon. Uh-oh. So those who don't know, it's a monster that after you take damage, it summons itself and inflicts the same damage, right? Alright, so I'm going to use Unexplored Winds here to just get two draws. So I get a Pod Duality, and I also get the map. Map is very good against Time Lords because all Time Lords are normal summoned, right? So I'm going to activate the map here, and I'm going to set Dreaming Town. I still have Ryza I can search. I still have a lot of plays, so end of his main phase, I'm going to go ahead and summon Eaglin. So I'm going to summon Apex Avian and get rid of his new set card, which is Ceasefire. Okay, whatever. And now whatever he has face down, I'm just going to negate it with Apex. Oh, he wants a Trap Trick in the Ring of Destruction. I'll allow him to do that, because as soon as he attempts to do it, I'll just negate. Alright, so now, main phase, I'm going to use Extrav. Okay, well, look at this advantage. This is so insane. Alright, so check this out. I'm going to grab Called by the Grave, and the reason for that is because if he has another freaking Mahama, the Fairy Dragon in his hand, he can basically burn me for 3k and prevent OTK. So I'm basically preemptively negating it, so if he has another one in hand, it won't matter. Okay. So this is going to return my Dreaming Town, okay? And I'm going to make Apex Avian. So again, whatever his last card is, just if it's a Battle Fade or if it's whatever, it's just going to get negated. So it is another Fairy Dragon, so I could do nothing because it's going to be negated, but I decide I want to negate and destroy it. Just to like fuck with him, right? Just in case, you know, and then just end it. Called by the Grave was already enough, was going to negate that card, but I was going to OTK anyway, but I just wanted to rub some little salt in the wound, you know what I'm saying? Alright, cool. Game 7. We have Floowandereeze versus Branded Despia. No adventure? Oh, it looks like it's a Shaddoll branded Despia. Okay. Cool. So let's do that. Alright, so I drew it pretty well. Mapping a little bird, always good to see. So Lubert is going to use Branded Red. Okay. He's going to activate Branded Fusion. So the fact that he searched Branded Red means I knew he already had Branded Fusion. And otherwise, if he did not have Branded Fusion, you would have searched Branded Fusion. So I'm going to chain to that Branded Fusion D-Shifter. So remember, don't shotgun D-Shifter. Not only can they Psyframe Gamma if they have it, but also they'll just hold back and not play their card. So chain it to a card when you know it's going to do something. So like Foolish Burial is a good way to chain it. So he's going to banish some stuff. Okay, cool. Don't care. Okay. Like, Branded Red is literally a dead card, by the way. He can't use it because he needs a monster in the graveyard. Mirror Jade does absolutely nothing when you are locked out of your graveyard. So, yeah, this board completely the opposite of menacing. So, I'm going to go ahead and map. So, I'm going to use Tokan because I'm going to grab Unexplored Winds right away. Oh, man, I love this card. It's so funny. It's like, alright, get the Eaglin going. Get the M-Pen going. I'm going to use Unexplored Winds because I want to tribute his cards, right? He's going to Super Poly. I'm like, wait, what? What are you going to Super Poly? Okay, he discards Shaddoll Fusion. Like, I don't understand what the Super... Maybe, like, I don't know, but he's just going to scoop because... What the hell are you going to Super Poly? You can't make Guardian Chimera. And you make another, like, a Masquerade or something? Like, again, like, D-Shifter just completely wrecks Branded Despia. They can't do so many plays. Their best play is a Guardian Chimera on your turn, assuming they already have the materials and they can summon it. Actually, no, like they can't even summon it using Branded Red. How else would they summon it? I guess they could Super Poly. No, because Branded Chimera requires a material in hand. So yeah, I don't know. Like Masquerade Pass, I guess is the best they could do. So, all right, duel number 8. We have. Okay, so here, okay, this is, yep, Floowandereeze against, oh, here's a Halq Fibrax Tenyi Synchro deck. Yeah, there are a few of them left, but you really don't see as much. Then again, maybe it's because all these people are already Diamond 1, they're not playing their best deck, or like they're trying other decks. Maybe that's why I'm not seeing as much. Alright, so I get a really good draw here. So he's going to adventure here, okay. Right, we're going on an adventure. Okay. So Longran is going to summon itself. So at this point, I have two options. If I have Winter Cherries and he has enough for a Baron de Fleur. So because I saw that he discarded Chi Wen Light of the Yang Zing, I know that he has the Halq Fibrax combo. So I could Ghost Reaper Winter Cherries right here and banish Halq Fibrax. However, I'd rather ban Baron de Fleur here. And the reason because is he's doing a very suboptimal line of play. In that, so by having the Swordsoul token on his field, he cannot do Link summons. So part of Longren's effect is while that token is in the monster, the player who summoned it cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except Synchro monsters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually get rid of his Baron de Fleur rather than his Halq, even though I know he has Halq, right? Basically force him to go into a Synchro 10 that is not Baron. And in this case, he goes into the Qixing Longyuan, right? So he has a normal, so he could normal a tuner and then do Halq. But he kind of like, I don't know, his path right here is really poor. So he sets a monster for some reason. I don't know, basically like, the safer play probably should have been Halq, but when I was thinking about it, like, well, I'm going to take out Baron because Baron is just annoying to deal with, right? Also, is he locked into any type of summons? Yeah, whatever. Alright, so he passes on just this guy. So this guy has an effect that says, he has two quick effects. One, if I use a spell trap, he can banish it, burn me. And if I special summon a monster, he can banish and burn me. I don't special summon, so I really only have to worry about his one ability, right, which is the burn on the spell. So I'm going to duality here. Let's see what we get. I'm going to get the Eaglin, because you'll love to see the Eaglin. I'm going to Robina. He's going to chain Effect Veiler. And I'm going to chain Book of Eclipse. Guess what, folks? This is why I love Book of Eclipse more than Book of Moon, you know, in Floowandereeze. So this is going to do two things. One, it's going to flip Robina phase down, allowing it to dodge Effect Veiler. Two, it's going to flip his Synchro 10 phase down, which means I don't have to worry about his effect on my Unexplored Winds, banishing it and burning me. So he's just going to chain and burn me for 12, like whatever, that doesn't matter. But I get to get a barrier statue. Eaglin's going to come out, grab my M-Pen. M-Pen's going to come out. I get the Dreaming Town, and then I'm going to swing. Goodbye, Longren, and goodbye. Oh, turns out it was a set Mecha Phantom Beast O-Lion. So 1,000 attack cannot swing over 1,000 defense. However, this guy is 600 attack, which means he ain't going to swing over my barrier statue. So I'm going to activate Unexplored Winds. I'm going to use it to shuffle token, just cuz. And I'm going to draw D-Shifter, which unfortunately is not live. And then I'm going to set Dreaming Town. So if he normals anything that can swing over barrier statue, I Dreaming Town. Right? So he just scoops, because, yeah, he's done. Yeah. He was pretty screwed. Like, can't make Baron. Can't really special summon. He can't swing over barrier statue. Yeah, this game is completely ogre. Alright. Game 9. Floowandereeze against Virtual World, when the world is virtual. I recall this being a quick game. You'll see why. Funny things happen. Well, slightly funny. Alright, so I open D-Shifter and I go second here. Always good to see. Always good to see Unexplored Winds in my opening hand. He's going to normal this guy, GG, and then he's going to use Roshi to target and special summon himself. So here's the thing, folks. Virtual World cannot play under D-Shifter because they require, in order for them to special summon, they must send something to the graveyard. So if he uses Roshi here, I'm going to chain D-Shifter Note, he can't Gamma me because he has a monster. That means he must banish a card from his deck, and he banishes Chingalong, which is no bueno, right? But because he did not send us to the graveyard, he can't summon Laoshu, so his turn is over. Completely over. Alright, so I'm going to draw. I draw an extra Robina, and I'm going to go ahead and shuffle that Robina back. Draw a second Duality, whatever. Alright, map. You love to see the map. You love to see it. So let's go map here. Okay. Eaglin, yep. So I'm gonna summon Empen here. Empen 1. I can't Eaglin 2 because I already did. And look, he has the Gamma. So if I had shotgunned D-Shifter, then Gamma would have been live, right? So Gamma's live now. He's gonna take out Empen, but it doesn't matter because I still have another normal summon via the Apex Avian. And all this stuff is getting banished, by the way. All these cards of his are getting banished. I can easily swing here. And guess what? If he normal summons, map activates, right? And I have an Apex Avian to prevent, as just a generic Omni Negate. So yeah, he's just going to scoop. Like, if he normal summons, I pop off. Like, he's just not going to get anything done, right? It didn't even matter that he hit Gamma, he hit Empen with Gamma. So, unfortunately, I couldn't chain block the Empen, but that's okay, because it didn't matter. I still had another normal summon. And Unexplored Winds is just so freaking good. Alright, game number 10. What do we have here? We have Tenyi Swordsoul, I guess? Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. So, Floowandereeze versus Swordsoul Tenyi. Let us see what happens here. And by the way, if you notice that this duelist, has main deck Gamma in a Swordsoul Tenyi, which is a good card. And another reason why you should not shotgun Shifter. Alright, so let's see what happens. So I go first. I'm going to Extrav. Is it going to get ashed? It does not get ashed. Ooh, drawing the Unexplored Winds. You love to see it. So here comes the Eaglin. Robina into Eaglin into Barrier Statue, right? Into Empen. Into Unexplored Winds. Into Barrier Statue. Into Unexplored plus Dreaming Town. So, yeah, this is the dream board right here, folks. This is what you want to see. So he's in a normal Moya. He can't use Moya's on summon effect because he's locked out of special summoning. He can only special summon Winds, and Moya might makes a water token, right? But because he normal summons Moya, guess what, folks? I get to map. And guess what map's going to do? Well, he scooped because he knew what was going to do. Normal Robina. Robina will... Eaglin will recycle. Normal Apex Avian using my Robina and his Moye. And then he's out of normal summons. And if he attempts to set and go to end his main phase, I'll use Dreaming Town. Bring out, tribute his back row, or I can bounce it with Ryza. Yeah, it was over. Like, I had the two floodgates, and plus I was going to get out Apex Avian. Yeah, that was completely over. All right, here we have game 11. Floowandereeze against something. I forgot to check this dude's deck, but you'll see it soon enough. All right, so we have Desires. Okay. Oh, a Timelord. All right, another freaking Timelord deck. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and Duality. By the way, what are the odds I draw 3 freaking Eaglins? Like, what is this? All right, we do see the Robina. You love to see it. Robina is what we wanted. Robina will grab Shri. Eaglin will grab Empen. Empen will normal summon self here. I'm going to grab the map. The reason is because Time Lords use normal summons, so they will always trigger the map. So I'm going to shuffle back. So I use map to basically pitch Unexplored Winds and summon Token, and then Token will immediately recycle Unexplored Winds. You'll love to see it. Unexplored Winds will shuffle back 2 of my Eaglins, because this is absurd. And I'm going to draw 2 new cards. Extrav and Book of Eclipse. You love to see it. So I'm not going to attack, because you don't never attack Time Lords. So their standby phase. Time Lords must recycle themselves or shuffle themselves back in the deck. He's going to normal summon a Timelord. Guess what? That's going to trigger map. Eaglin is going to trigger. And then we have the Apex Avian tributing, using Unexplored to tribute my Eaglin and his Timelord for Apex Avian. You love to see it. This game is pretty ogre. Like, he has one set. So I'm an extra have to draw 2, because I can. Eaglin is going to search. Oh, he's going to Ash. I'm going to chain Apex Avian because I can. He's going to chain Secret Blast, which is going to burn me for some stuff. Like, whatever. So M-Pen is going to summon here. So I'm going to keep summoning. The summons never end, folks. Look at his hand. I'm going to banish his Time Lord just because I can. And I'm going to summon Apex Avian. So, one mistake I did here. I should swing with Apex Avian first. You'll see why. So M-Pen's going to swing, and he's going to chain this guy who's going to burn me for 12 to 27. So I'm going to say no to that by chaining Apex Avian. So what I should have done was I should have swung with Apex Avian and then forced him to activate that card, right? And then Apex would have already swung, and I would have negated that. So I do not get to OTK this turn. But it doesn't matter. Like, this game is so over. He summons a Time Lord, and you'll never guess what happens next. Map into Eaglin. Eaglin into Stree, right? Apex Avian's going to immediately come out. Bam. No more Time Lord. He's going to do some stuff. Draw a card, but doesn't matter. Whatever he set is going to get negated by Apex Avian. I'm going to go ahead and draw 2 just because I can. He's going to Max C. It doesn't matter. Max C does nothing against my deck. I'm going to attempt to attack. He's going to Dimension Wall, which basically, like, makes me burn, right? I'm just going to negate that with Avian. And M-Pen is just going to swing for game. So, yeah. Honestly, yeah, I guess 2 mistakes because, 1, I should have attacked with Apex Avian first. 2, I should have tributed his back row. Just like summon Ryza, you know, tribute his back row. Just so that he has 1 fewer interrupt. But, because, you know, just in case he had another Mahama, the Fairy Dragon in his hand, I could have negated with Apex Avian. Still had enough for game. So, yeah. Time Lord deck's kind of weird or, like, cheesy. I feel like it's strictly worse than Numeron and it's strictly worse than, like, Nurse Burns. So, whatever. People are playing it. That's Diamond 1. Alright, so anyway, that was the 11 games. Hope you enjoyed. You know, accompany me on an adventure with Floowandereeze. Just playing in Diamond 1 for fun. We're not trying to climb. You know, we're just playing because I enjoy playing Floowandereeze. So, yeah. If you want more content, it'll probably happen after my vacation. Not going to have any more adventures of. Although if my Megatins arrives tomorrow, I should have enough time to do an unboxing video for that. And then, you know, that'll probably be the last video I post. Otherwise, this is probably the last video I post. Alright. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you all for watching, and see you on the next video. Peace.